My name is Aneika Simmons, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business. I was in corporate America. I worked for Accenture, I worked for Capgemini, Ernst & Young. And essentially, I was using all of these skills and I was doing all of these activities and moving forward, but I didn't have as much meaning as I wanted to have in what I was doing. So essentially, I remember one day I was walking on campus and it was beautiful, and I heard all of the conversation, I saw all of the energy, I felt all the energy, and I said, you know what, if I could craft a career where I could still do good and work hard and make a difference and do so in an environment where I am helping to advance the next generation, that's what I wanted to do. I'll say to young people, a lot of times in order to make a big jump in life, you got to take risk. And I was doing well as a consulting, making good money, I should say, and I left it behind to do something new. And so I wanted to become an assistant professor, and I rolled up my sleeves. And just like on our seal here at Prairie View, we have research, teaching, and service, and that's what I focused on. And I went straight from being an assistant professor to an associate professor. And then I became a full professor, the first at the university I was at that was an African-American female. I'm in that college. And what happened was I realized that I wanted to do more. I just love to grow. I like to try new things and use the skills that I've obtained. And so essentially I applied for a Fulbright scholarship and did the paperwork, and it was a long process. It took over a year. And I was essentially selected, and I went to the University of Pretoria in South Africa. I did work on wellness. I did work on burnout resistance and different elements such as that. And it was wonderful. I think the thing about leadership is leadership transforms. I think that your skills as a leader, they can take you anywhere. So whether I'm in Houston, whether I'm in Pretoria, the leadership gifts that I work hard to obtain, to refine, and to grow, they manifest here as well as they manifest wherever I may go. And when you have those key principles of, valuing people, integrity, excellence, hard work, all of those things, they resonate no matter where you are. So one of the things that I continue to push forward for our college is to make sure that we are a tool in terms of our faculty and artificial intelligence, for example, and then in tooling our students in the same way. I'm a big believer that faculty success and student success are two sides of the same coin. And so we want to make sure that when our students graduate, that they have healthy, productive careers. We want them to be business leaders. We want them to be entrepreneurially minded. I want them to see that their dean has a vision for the college, and I want them to have a vision for their lives. You got to have that grit. There's a book, I think it's by Duckworth, where she talks about having grit. And that just means that you never give up. I can tell you, to get into this role, I have been told no many times. I have had people who, tried to block or what have you. But if you just keep on staying focused with the eye on the prize and work hard and continue to move forward no matter what anyone says, the gifts you have. And I'm a person that believes that excellence makes room for you. So I'm going to always pursue excellence in everything I do. And I have found that when I do that, doors open. Well, I hope that, first of all, that I'm a visionary leader for the college. Of course, aligning with our president and the journey to eminence. I believe that I am a leader that is transformative, meaning that I want the best for myself. I want the best for our students, faculty, and staff. And then at the same time, I believe that I'm a leader that looks to empower. I honestly believe that this role aligns with my gifts and the skills that I've cultivated over these decades. When I was younger, I thought, maybe I wanted to be an attorney, or I wasn't sure. And I think one of the things that I would tell myself is that I don't have to know the end of the story now. What I do is every single day work hard, remain true to my core values, who I am, pursue excellence, and just continue to move forward step by step. And I believe that what we're doing here at Prairie View and in the College of Business, the sky's the limit, and I'm here for it.